Hello saxophonists, Kadrian here. Now today I'll be reviewing this saxophone wireless system by Cherub Technology. This is not a sponsored video. I wasn't sent this piece of equipment for free. I used my own money to buy this equipment because I'll be going on the road this year. I've started already to play with my live band. I needed something that is lightweight, compact, easy to set up, easy to dismantle. I am only going to feature the soprano saxophone for the sound test that I will put on screen in a minute because I have recently moved across continents and my other saxophones are not yet here. So we're looking at the NUX B-6 wireless microphone system for the saxophone. So let's see what's inside of this box. Alright, so basically we have a compact microphone case with all the pieces inside of it. We have the manual here, that's self-explanatory, and then we have a warranty card. It's valid for 1 year and it can be used internationally. Alright, so let's talk about the pros about this microphone system. The first one is this case. It's very compact, very lightweight, it's very neat. You can throw this into your backpack and it's easy to carry. That's one pro about this. And I will not throw mine on the ground, but if it should fall, it wouldn't be damaged the way they have made this thing. So sturdy and very good quality. The next thing I like about this case is that it's rechargeable. So as you look right here, you can see a button. If I press that button, it should light up. And those lights will indicate the level of charge that it has. So this case is rechargeable and it charges the microphone and the receiver that's on the inside. And then as you can see, we have a charging port or socket here, and that uses the C-type cable. One is provided on the inside. So that's another pro about this piece of equipment. So as we can see on the inside, because I press that button, there are two lights available right now on the RX and the TX, and that indicates that they are charging at this moment. So I'll just turn those off. So on the inside, this has 3 lithium ion batteries. One for the TX right here, this is the transmitter. One for the receiver, this is the RX, and there is one in the case that is used to recharge the battery. And as you can see, there are 3 pieces. And then we have our gooseneck right here. That's the actual microphone. So let's take a look at the RX for a minute. So this is our receiver. And one thing you will notice about the receiver, it's very compact. I like how it's very neat. This is called the RX, and there are 2 lights on it. And those 2 lights will indicate that it is paired with the transmitter and also the level of charging that it needs and the scenes, which we will discuss in a moment. As you can see, there are 3 prongs. So this is used as an XLR. This is the male XLR that you plug into your mixer board, the female port on your mixer board or your audio interface. So on the side here, there is a power button and we can power this up. And now you see that the lights are flashing on either side. It means that it is not paired with the transmitter. Also, there is a charging socket on this side. So it doesn't need to be charged within the case, you can charge it by itself. Another pro about this microphone system is that this is all you need. You don't need any extra cables like an XLR cable or a quarter jack like other wireless microphone systems. So there is no need for additional cables. I like that very much about this microphone system. Now, as you can see, we have our gooseneck, and this is the actual microphone right here. And then we can bend this in various positions or at various angles as we place that on the saxophone. And I'll show you that in a minute or 2. And then we have our TX, and this is the transmitter that we have right here, and this is used on this part. So if we put this 3.5 jack right here and screw it in place, then those two pieces are together. And then, like I said before, we can bend it however we want it to fit the saxophone, the soprano, the alto, the tenor saxophone. On the side of it, we also have a power button. And if I hold that button, then the light may not be showing clearly now. There's a green light there to show you that it's on. And this button is also called the scene button. I'll tell you about that in a minute. On the right side, you can see that there's also a charging socket using the C cable that came in the package. Okay, so no need to buy an additional cable. And then we have these two buttons on the side, and we use these to open this flop that will go on the bell of your horn. So once we have this one on and we turn on the receiver, now you see that the light on the receiver and the light on the transmitter is green. Okay, they're both green, and therefore it means that they are paired. So that's another pro. You don't need to do anything additional. Turn on the transmitter, turn on the receiver, and they are both paired within a few seconds. This button I told you about earlier is called a scene button, so we can change the lights. So once we short press, notice that the light will change on both of these. There's a red light now, and therefore that represents the soprano setting or preset whenever you're playing your soprano saxophone. If I short press, the light will change to yellow, and that will be for the tenor saxophone. And if we short press again, it changes to green, and that will be for your alto saxophone. So based on the characteristics or character of your saxophone, tenor, alto, soprano, we have a preset there to represent the sound that you will get from either saxophone. How about the battery life? So according to the information that I found online, you can get about 7 hours of playing time from this piece of equipment. Now, I have tested this one playing with my band and without turning off the equipment at all for about 4 hours straight, I was able to play along with the band. This microphone does not need phantom power in order for it to work. You just plug and play. Plug it into your audio interface or your mixer board and you are ready to go. You are live and direct. The cons about this microphone that I have found so far is that if you are playing and you put it away for a while, for more than 10 minutes or above, then what will happen? The microphone will automatically shut itself off in order to save power. And then you will have to reset the scene again to your alto saxophone, soprano, or tenor saxophone. The next con is that they did not give us a neutral setting for the microphone. So we have the scenes to match the character of your saxophone, whether that's alto, tenor, or soprano, but then there is no neutral or middle ground where you can EQ it without those. I have run mine through a mixer board and EQing it with the setting, the preset that they've sent, and it's beautiful. But I would have liked for them to have made it in such a way where you get just a dry signal and then you can EQ it according to your liking. Now on the side here as well, where I showed you the lights, these indicate the level of charge that the microphone and the batteries are at. One thing that they could have done is to put a screen on there so that you can see the percentage going down in increments rather than having just the 4 lights which indicate 25, 50, 75, and then about 95 to 100%. So that's another con that I have found with this piece of equipment. As it relates to the price point, you're going to pay somewhere between $180 to about $230 for this on Amazon. I think that's a good entry point to pay for a wireless microphone system, because many of the wireless microphone systems are very good ones that are on the market. Those are running you anywhere from $500 and above. So that's a good entry point for you to buy a microphone that you can take on the road. Now, while I was playing with my live band, I didn't have any problems using it. It wasn't feeding back and I was getting solid sound. And I'll just put a clip up here for you to hear how that sounds in a live setting. Now, one of the concerns that we as saxophonists always have is that wireless microphone systems always pick up the key sounds on the horn. Now, once you're playing in a live situation and you're playing with backing tracks, that's nothing to worry about. The key sounds that this thing picks up is minimal in comparison to other microphones that I've used on my horn, and therefore that's nothing to worry about. The moment you start playing with a band, the sound is going to overpower those key noises, and just the pure sound from your horn is going to emit from that. So all in all, I think it's a very good piece of equipment. I'll leave a link in the description below and you can check that out on Amazon. Now, if you're interested in another microphone which is wired, you can watch this next video, which is somewhere here.